Hello and welcome to Three Guys One Deck with me, Thomas,
And me, Sam.
and introducing Dom, the actual competent drafter who's actually going to help us to not be completely terrible at draft.
But get one win.
But first, we're gonna trade away our only cards of value in the entire account in our first trading ever. So no, in 1 minute, don't cancel the trade.
You click submit.
So that we're gonna get rid of that nasty and offender, so we can actually draft. There we go. Yes, confirm. Go now. Taking too long.
Hey! Tickets.
Right.
All it is a planeswalker that you're not gonna ever
Added
use.
to your collection. Yes.
It'd
Fortunately,
be a little narcissistic of Tom to keep hold of that, wouldn't it?
Oh dear.
yeah. Well,
I'm glad that happened, but also not.
yeah. Get a strap in, because that's gonna be how it's gonna be. Right. So what are we gonna do?
If you're on the left-hand side, if you go from queues and change it to leagues.
Leagues. Yeah. Do we actually have enough tickets to be in a league? I think we.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you do the intermediate one.
The intermediate one. We're not friendly. We're not feeling friendly.
No, competitive is just
yeah.
absolutely brutal sometimes.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Okay, so you're sure this isn't out of our league?
Well, you're currently in the competitive one, so this is not the one we want to join.
No. Leave.
Yeah,
The slowness. This I blame the slowness of this interface. Right.
So it's the intermediate, so the fourth one down.
Fourth one. Why would it not be the middle one? We're already
Because
we're
there are
already
other
messing
ones
this up.
first. Well, there are sealed leagues above it.
Right. Yeah, I can't read apparently. Like Sam has had no sleep, and apparently I haven't had enough.
So what we do in this one is you draft your deck like you normally would.
Yes.
So you wait until there's 8 people in the pod.
Yep.
But then when you play the games, you're not necessarily playing against the same people you drafted against.
Yes. So we may just get ridiculous decks that we can't possibly beat. Good. Let's join.
But you could also get ones that are absolutely terrible.
12 event tickets.
Yes. So what we're going to do is open... Right, so we've got 3 people in the queue. So it shouldn't take too long for us to get up to 8. And at that point we can start drafting.
Good stuff.
So first thing I want to find out is, do you have a preference in what colours you like to draft in this set?
I mean, I've tried the improvised thing a couple of times, and it hasn't worked all that well. I don't know really. Haven't been successful in this draft format, so I don't know what I'd like to do because I've just failed every time. I liked Kaladesh. I liked Kaladesh as a format a lot better. I played a lot of it, so I got a better handle on it.
I think Aether Revolt I've found to be quite a lot more difficult than Kaladesh because you can go so far out of the realms of your comfort zone and then still find yourself in an incredibly good deck, but sometimes that's the only way to do it. I mean, the deck I built the other week when I played against you in paper with the blue-black improvised.
Oh yeah.
Half of that deck would have been unplayable in anyone else's pool. Like, no matter what colour you're in. I had about 4 payoff cards. But then, if you get it all to like synergize well enough, that's when you end up with a half decent deck.
Oh, the viewers! He did such horrible things to me. I locked down his massive 7/5
barricade breaker.
Yeah,
7/5 attacks every turn if able.
And I locked it down with a sort of tap and can't do stuff effect, and then he just started making one every turn with was it mechanized production? It was obscene. It was quite frankly horrible.
Beautiful. All it did was just make you forced to block with your Consulate Dreadnought every turn, so the rest of my creatures could just carry on having fun.
It was sad times.
It probably wasn't the most fun to play against, but it was great fun to do.
So did you get dominated in that game?
Yes, I did. I got schooled ways of the dom. Oh, I think firing.
Right, we've got a draft. So
good.
What have we got here? Now, don't click.
Baral is not that great.
Right.
Consulate Dreadnought's okay. Reverse Engineer.
Personally,
Shock.
I don't think there's any particularly standout cards in this pack.
So
there's nothing here that makes you think, I really want to go into this colour. I mean, Reverse Engineer's okay as a card draw card, but it works best in certain decks. Consulate Dreadnought is powerful. Honestly, I think it's probably between those two.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of the commons, like the closest commons you're getting at are things like Shock, which is, you say it's good but not fantastic. Welder Automaton's good in the right decks. So I'd be sort of between Reverse Engineer and Consulate Dreadnought here.
Well,
think
if we go Consulate Dreadnought, then we stay colourless, so we're even less.
You can stay open with Consulate Dreadnought. The only other side is with Reverse Engineer, you're not passing anything good in blue really anyway. So it's whether you think you can cut blue. So personally, I'd probably be tempted by Reverse Engineer, but I think Consulate Dreadnought's a fine first pick in this instance. I don't think there's anything here that's going to make us stand out. So quick. Either of those. A
little bit more warning on that would have been great.
Possibly get a reserve.
Sam, you should keep your eyes on this thing down here.
Understood.
Right.
So here.
Do I single click to reserve it?
Yeah, single click reserves it. So if I were you, I would single click on that Maverick Thopterist.
Oh,
you Maverick.
Red, blue again.
If we look around here, so the two cards that I'd be tempted to choose between here are the Thopterist and the Outland Boar.
Okay.
So the Boar is incredibly aggressive.
Yeah.
It just absolutely flies through some of the smaller decks. There's other stuff in here. I mean, Cruel Finality, from my understanding, has gone down from being a semi-decent removal spell to being a slightly above average combat trick.
Yeah.
It's not big enough to kill most things. So, I mean, we've already got a 1-cost artifact, so that makes the Thopterist better already. It is a gold card, which you don't really want to be going in, but I don't see anything in here that's powerful enough in a single colour.
5 seconds.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we've got this reserve, so it'll also pick, won't it?
Yes.
Good, everything's fine. I mean, Aether Chaser jumps out immediately to me, and there's a Poisoner.
I think that's exactly the right two cards to be looking at in this instance. I absolutely love Hidden Stockpile. I've recently built a standard deck around it, but that does not mean it's the right pick here. I think Aether Chaser is perfect. If you've got Consulate Dreadnought on 1, Aether Chaser 2, you can attack and play the Thopterist on 3.
Although, it's looking like white might be open because we've got Infiltrator and the Admiral, so we need to pay attention to that.
I think both of them are good cards, but I don't think they're anywhere near as as strong as an Aether Chaser. I think Aether Chaser is a far more powerful card. So I think, hands down, that's the pick. If it wasn't in there, I mean, I can't see much else that would draw me to any colours, really, but I think Aether Chaser is going to be the pick. I'd even be tempted by Implement of Examination if it wasn't there. I do like drawing cards. It's weird that I've gone from being the mono-green player, not wanting to play anything with an island. I used to scoop against my my friend Josh if he ever dared play an island against me. I just used to give up, quit, not play it. It's like, I'm not playing against your counter spells.
Right. So there's another poison. Ooh, Swooper. Swooper's good.
Swooper is fantastic.
That's a good sign.
It is a good sign. And blue, like Swooper, in my opinion, is one of the best blue commons. It's just, it does everything you need to in the improvised deck. And seeing as we've now got two of the best commons in the colours we're in, and a payoff card already, I think blue-red improvise is looking like it could be quite a nice one.
Good stuff.
If not, I'd be tempted by the Implement of Combustion. I like that card quite a lot.
Right.
Swooper is powerful.
See, I thought it was good, and James was telling me it's not good. What you're doing?
It's good in the right decks. That's the problem.
I was trying to play it in this deck, in this archetype. So, and he was like, just put in Chandra's 1 damage to 2 things.
The Pyrohelix is good as well. I think they're both good. It depends on what you want to do.
Okay, I mean...
So here, things have gone a little bit worse for us.
Automatoning... Or
In
Night
here,
Market Guards...
I think Worldfast Automaton is fine. It's okay. It's replacement level. Night Market Guard, again, is alright. It's nothing spectacular. I honestly don't think you want any of these to really make your main deck. I mean, I'd be stuck here choosing between either the Welder Automaton, and the only reason I wouldn't pick the Weldfast Engineer is because our gold card is 2 colours. Weldfast Engineer is an incredibly good card, but I'm not really tempted to take it because we don't have any fixing.
I like the stride, I think
6 seconds.
The
Automaton's going to be the pick here, I think.
Yeah, it's watchful. The Weldfast one is the red one, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Well, I've made my
Swooper.
pick already. There
we go. Done.
Yeah.
I mean, if that wasn't here, then it might be this implement. Assuming you can see my mouse cursor, I'm assuming that.
Yes,
Okay, good.
you can, yeah.
Good stuff.
I think Sweeper's the best pick here. I think what we need to be on the lookout now is just sort of slightly increasing the curve after this, because we've got 3 absolutely premium 2-drops,
Yes.
which is a great position to be in. But I think we do need to start looking at getting some things to end the game. The Thopterist can actually do a really good job of that. But
Right, I'm just going to double click it now.
It's the pick, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed straight away. There's nothing here that stands out at all. So
It's between
Precise
these
Strike
two.
is okay. Ice Over's really been lackluster for me.
Really.
Yeah.
It really hasn't done enough. It's too reactive. I mean, I know it's a really extreme scenario, but things like the Heart of Kieran, you can't do anything with Ice Over. But Ice Over's just really reliant on taking a huge chunk of damage before you can even remove it.
Yeah.
I think the Drake's just a great pick. It's absolutely fine. It hits them in the face a lot, and it's big enough to block their swoopers. And if we're winning in the air, we're in a pretty good spot.
I mean,
Uh,
counterspell or another 3-drop.
I'd ignore both of those.
Or
Emerald Gear Smasher is where you want to be.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think the Ravenous Intruder's great. I think it's a really good card, but you need a whole deck built around it.
Yeah.
And while we've essentially got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards that produce artifacts, that doesn't mean they're always going to be active. I think the Gear Smasher's a decent body on its own, and that makes it on its own better than the Intruder.
Right.
I think it's...
I've attempted to double click on it and everything's frozen. Good. Good. Everything's fine.
It's alright, just leave it. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Oh, implement or leave in the dust. What are we thinking? Because we don't have any removal yet.
Correct. I would be probably on the leave in the dust plan here. And the very worst case scenario, you can bounce your own Maverick Thopterist and get a couple more Thopters.
Yeah.
The implement's really nice, but I just think because we don't have any removal, it's slightly more valuable than the implement, which is replacement level.
Cool. Island. No. Another smasher
So I think
or an off-color 2-drop.
I think the Smasher's probably the pick. The Sailback's a lot better than people give it credit for. It's not great, but it's fine. But I just think there probably are going to be other bigger, better things we can pick up. I mean, we might even get a whale in the next pack.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the Smasher's the one. It's not great, but it'll do.
Presumably the ideal situation is for that is if you're in a close game and you want to smash someone, get through a board. Yeah.
Well, we've got 3 things that poop out servos at the moment, so the Smasher can just be turning them out of turn.
And
You've already made the right pick. Yes, the implement is exactly what we want here.
Cool.
It's improvise, it's card draw.
I mean
15 seconds.
I'd take the Wrangle.
We're not taking either of those, right?
No, this is the Wrangle. The Wrangle's the only one that's actually got a realistic use in the draft.
6 seconds. You might want to reserve. Yeah, there you go. You got it. Sorry.
It's one of those things you just bring it in games where the board is completely gummed up. Hopefully we won't be much in that situation.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. Sailback's back.
Sailback?
Yeah,
Because we've got a lot of 3-drops
Night Market
now.
Guide is terrible stats, and it's just not very good.
Mountain?
Take the Mountain. I can guarantee you that will be in our deck.
Sure.
It's a pretty
Renegade's
one,
Getaway,
too.
on the other hand, I've seen be used well in one deck, and it was then okay.
Right.
You watch it be used
Ooh.
against us now.
Now,
in the
are we
next
releasing
game.
gremlins, or are we keeping treasure, or indeed squalling for trap?
I mean,
Scrap.
this is a
Trawling for
difficult
scrap.
choice. I think we're between Treasure Keeper and Release the Gremlins.
I mean, we only have one 4-drop.
We do, and it is a fairly decent body. I'm just trying to have a quick look at what we've got underneath it. So, 3 or less. At the moment, if we cut the Wrangle, Treasure Keeper has no bad hits. So I'd be between Treasure Keeper and Release the Gremlins. I don't think we're getting either of them back. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think it might even be Release the Gremlins here.
Okay.
Because you get someone with multiple artifacts. I think for me it's incredibly close. Scrap Trawler also goes into any deck, so I think all 3 of those are great, but we're not getting anything back, and Release the Gremlins, we don't have any effects of that type so far.
And we still only have
And-
one removal spell.
Yes, and Release the Gremlins is the best artifact removal in the set,
Okay.
in my opinion. So I think it's fine. There's enough artifacts being played in every deck that
And I
it's worth doing.
suppose that our chance of playing another blue-red improvised deck is increased because we're not playing against our pool. Which
Yes.
is another aspect. So
This pack is awful.
It does have a foil island in it, which I'd be
It
tempted
does.
if this were real.
I am.
Counterspell or 3-drop. Did we get?
Sail
We've
back?
already got a
It's-
sail back, so we.
Oh,
I
so we
don't
have.
think
Sorry,
it's
if we
either
were
of those.
one of
I think
those,
it's the
haven't we?
implement
Yeah.
combustion.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
where is
for
that? Oh,
us-
there we go.
The only thing here, Gonti's Aether Heart is so difficult. We're not an energy deck. We don't
No.
have a huge amount of it. We've got 6 energy to be generated from us Aether creatures, but
Yeah.
I think the implement's fine. We do need to try and find a Bastion Inventor, basically, is what we're
Yeah.
looking for.
We need more payoff.
Yes, but that is a very good card.
The downside of Bastion is whenever people discuss it, I think they're discussing Overwatch, and it makes my nerd brain confused.
I mean, Renegade match or Renegade map or Leave in the Dust.
I don't think we ever want to be playing a second Leave in the Dust. I
Yeah.
think Renegade Map is the best card for us there. I think the Poisoner's probably the strongest one in there other than Rogue Refiner, but Blue-Green is really hard to make work.
And Caught in the Brights.
And then, yeah, Caught in the Bright's close behind it, but I think the Renegade Map for us.
Okay.
This pack do seem to be getting slightly cut, but I don't think it's anything drastic.
Well,
I do
pack,
just
pack
think
3.
to
We'll be
get-
fine in pack 3. I mean, are we going Grixis?
That would be a risk, I think, is the way to put it. This pack, I mean, we've not
Hey,
got...
foil implement or implement.
I mean, I'm actually thinking it might even be that implement. It's, 'cause there's a chance we wheel the efficient construction, which doesn't go in many decks, and we're starting to actually get a large number of actual artifacts now.
Hmm.
And I think the Implement of Combustion, again, is the best card for us, but we've just not seen any other payoffs. So we just need to find something in those colours. And with the Renegade map, luckily we can splash anything we get in pack 3.
I mean, do we? If with the Renegade map, do we go
I
Dark Intimation?
just don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, chances are we get it back.
Thank you. Yeah.
There's a good chance Dark Intimations makes it back into our hands.
Uh,
There we go. Bastion Inventor.
phew. Right. We
There
have
is-
a payload,
That card is fantastic. So now what we want to be looking
and
for
we
is
might
things
get like a Drake back, or I
We
mean,
could-
any of these 4 would be okay to
what
get
we'd
back. or
really
5,
like is a Destructive Tampering.
Well,
That card is
like that one.
fantastic.
So
yes.
if this wasn't here,
Yeah. Oh, if that wasn't there, I'd be taking the Destructive Tampering or the Hinterland Drake. But yeah, the Bastion Inventor is exactly what we want. We can absolutely ramp out into that thing, and it's such a house. It's so hard to beat. But yeah, it's just the best card there. We'd take a second one if it was there.
The
Right.
eel.
All of these. So I don't think much of this is particularly good for us. The Moray is the best card without a doubt.
Okay,
It's
and
like
yeah,
for
we
us-
still have only 1 4-drop, so we've got a
Yeah,
space in the
and-
curve.
If we look at the Dispersal Technician, that
Oh,
card
well.
is terrible.
Well, technically this is a 4-drop probably, and that's probably a 5-drop.
Yeah, but Shipwreck Moray is the best card for us here. It's just so flexible. It keeps us on the defensive while we beat them down in the air. Merchant's Dockhand is 100% in our deck right away.
As opposed to the Crusher.
The Crusher, we don't have many 3-power creatures. In fact, I don't think we've got any other than the Sailback and the Bastion Inventor.
Yeah,
So
that would not be good.
one of our creatures can actually crew that on its own.
That's
But
not
Merchant's Dockhand is exactly what we want. It's improvise, it's draws cards, it's everything. It's perfect.
good stuff.
I love that card. I've first picked it multiple times. This is terrible.
I thought white was open. I sensed
Yeah,
it.
but I mean, out of all those, you've got 2 main deckable cards: Conviction in the right deck and Audacious Infiltrator.
I mean,
Death Dismissal you don't
decommission
want
does
to be
work. One
Decommission's-
decommission.
It's all right. It's not bad, but
Yeah.
it's not something you're excited about picking. I think the turret's the best pick.
I,
And
mean,
if you
I
look
think
at
it's
our deck,
going down here in the corner.
Yeah, I agree. The turret goes out the way.
Ice
Here we take-
over or solvent? Or
I'm of the opinion here we want the ice over.
yeah,
we are still
more-
low on
more
removal.
removal.
Ice over is sort of removable. The solvent is as well, but we've got 5 1 artifacts. Our improvise is looking good. Here, I mean, there is a foil island.
I mean, do we want a
I think-
counter spell in case
I think
we
the rebuke, yes.
play
We're going to
against?
come against a deck with a bomb,
Yeah.
and chances are, if we come against something with something that powerful, we
Ooh,
want to be able to deal with it.
Okay. So what are we doing here? Another ice over?
I think the ice over. We are so low on removal that you don't really want to be playing more than 1 at best, but we'll take it, just because we don't know how many welding sparks we'll get in the next pack. Dispersal Technician is 100% a sideboard card, and even then not a great one. But it's better than not having one. The Drake should not be left in that pack. That's a great card for us. So blue definitely seems fairly open here.
Yeah, let's go away. Get out of the pack.
So we've got 2 improvised
We'll definitely use that.
Which is absolutely fine. We could have done with an extra Inventor or the Giant, but I think that's still absolutely fine. What we're looking for here is the Aethertide Whale.
Yeah.
Is it what's it called? The Aether Squall Ancient. That's the one.
Yeah, because there's 2 big whale friends.
Yes.
Or Aetherflux Reservoir.
It's my favourite card of all time, and we just can't play it.
I mean, are we puzzle knotting here?
I think we're eager constructing as a first pick, which is the actually.
Okay.
You know what?
That's all right.
I think the eager construct is okay. I'd actually still be tempted to take a Sky Whaler shot with the Renegade map, because with that low removal, it's 1 cost, it's quite easy. I don't know if we play it, but I think Eager Construct is so easy to replace that I think we'd rather just take that and just consider splashing it. I don't think it's a strong first pick at all, but I think it's one that might be necessary. We're just hoping for Welding Sparks, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe
another payoff.
I think there's no more improvise in the set, so just another sort of big thing. Oh my god, we had Aetherflux Reservoir Paradoxical Outcome in 2 packs.
Freighter?
Freighter is a really good way of us winning. If it comes around again, we're happy with the Theorist or the World Fast Monitor. In fact, even the Salivating Gremlins is good in our deck as well.
Yeah.
But the Freighter just wins games.
Freight. Get freighted.
Yes.
And somebody passed it, which is nice.
Yeah. It's gone down in people's estimation since the other ones turned up, but...
Oh, Gearseeker.
Oh, here we are. That's exactly
everything is fine.
It's as close to improvise as you can possibly get in the previous
No
set.
more improvise, he says.
Yeah, I love Gearseeker. That card...
I didn't even look at what else was in the pack. Oh, okay.
There's another Gearseeker Serpent.
Do I just... I mean, do I take that, or do I take, like, that, or do I take...
deck spams out artifacts so quickly, I think a Gearseeker Serpent is a better way of winning the game than a mediocre removal spell.
Or a 4/3 flying that can only block flyers.
I think the Gearseeker just takes it here. We're really wanting that Welding Sparks, but Gearseeker is perfect.
You mean the Furious Reprisal?
It's not... Furious Reprisal is not good.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't kill anything.
Yeah,
Gearseeker's just the best pick here. We'd be happy with the fire on the wheel.
Scourge.
Scourge is alright. I don't mind Scourge. Here I'm trying to decide between being correct or being myself.
You want to take this, do you?
I really like Whirlmaker.
I know LSV does as well.
It's such a great card. I mean, we're not heavily red. That's the problem. We've got essentially...
And are we that
6
aggressive
red
as well?
We're not... we can be actually quite aggressive with our draws, but I think Whirlmaker is an extra win con that's something to do. I don't think Brazen Scourge
we're not going into green here.
No.
Yeah, we'll splash for our splash colour.
I think Whirlmaker's probably either that or Revolutionary Rebuff, but I think Whirlmaker is more fun. Scourge is not playable. We can't cast it very easily.
3 seconds.
I think Whirlmaker.
Too late. Ooh, okay.
Okay, so these are some interesting picks.
There's definite options.
Yeah, I don't think we're built to smash deck.
I mean, it's nice with the Inventor because sometimes a 4/4 isn't big enough.
I think it's the Dragster.
Okay.
Dragster just ends games very quickly.
True
and
one.
A lot of artifact synergy. So more artifacts are always going to be better.
And we might get something back from this.
Oh, it's quite likely we get at least something to consider.
I mean, start your engines.
That's not a cut.
But it's the creatures you control get +2/+0 more than the first.
We should have a lot of servos, but I don't think that's it.
I mean, what do you want to take over it though? This?
I mean,
this?
I don't think there's anything I want to take with it.
Well,
I'm trying to see if there's anything that's actually good. I think it's either the Reunion or the Puzzle Knot, but I don't think either are great.
I've never played with this. I wanna put it in the deck.
I played with it in a heavy vehicle go wide deck, and it was mediocre then.
All right, okay, Cathartic Reunion.
I animated 3 vehicles with it, and that was it.
Okay, we're not that aggressive. We're not doing whatever that is.
No, that card doesn't do things.
So are we windraking?
Have a look. We've got 2 hinterland drake. I think we're probably windraking. We don't have enough for prowess. We're not going to go crazy on that. But yeah, windrake, I think it is. Very upset we haven't seen almost any removal in any colour other than that one Sky Whaler's shot.
I mean, Counterspell or Bozzernot or Crab. I mean, we have got quite a bit of energy. So
we've got a big end game already.
Yeah.
I don't think we need the crap. I think we need early game.
Puzzle Knot to get us to what we want.
Yes. I think the Puzzle Knot gets us where we need to be. I don't like it, but I think it's necessary.
I like it. Ooh, okay. So we've got this back. We're not taking that.
Yeah.
Cause
no, paradoxical outcome would be living the dream, but I don't think we're there.
I love scrying. Like in sort of decks.
Yeah, I think that card is exactly
another Windrake.
Yeah, stick it in. Right, so we've got, well, in my opinion, a very good deck.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The problem is, yeah, we don't mind just drawing cards. There's no reverse engineer, but it's a very good card nonetheless. I think it doesn't make that's a good card to get back.
So that's sideboard.
For the moment, yes.
Yeah, another Puzzle Knot.
Yeah, sure. That's also sideboard now. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's in our colours. Well, sort of.
There we are. Right.
Good stuff. Okay. Well, this is kind of similar to decks I've done before, so I'm glad that my instincts haven't been too far off on things. It's just a case of I think it's the playing. I think it comes down to the playing where I do badly.
I think the removal here is very much lacking, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I mean it really seems to be the case in this sort of deck that if you get in good removal, it's going to be red, and I think red was just being cut because we saw so little good red. I had a look at the black that was going around at the same time. We didn't see much of a payoff in black either. White was there, but white blue, which is what we'd have ended up in my opinion, it's not been great. It's not worked out great, and we didn't get the payoffs early enough to actually warrant going into it. Yeah.
I mean, I am thinking that our first pick of the Consulate Dreadnought is actually really relevant in this deck. So even though it costs 6 to crew, we've got a whole bunch of things that can get very near to doing it on their own and just need a servo to do it. So for instance, the Oval Chase Dragster, I've actually done this before, is you can crew the Oval Chase Dragster with a servo and then use that to crew the Consulate Dreadnought. It's not fun, it's not ideal, but you've got a servo then crewing a 7-11, which is a much nicer feeling than having a servo make a 6-1 that dies every turn you attack it with it.
Yes.
So
cuts.
First thing, just to make things easier, take the lands out.
Go away.
That way we can see exactly how it went. So
it's 33.
Yes. Well,
so need to cut 10 or 9 cards maybe.
8 cards because we've got Renegade Map.
Okay, 8 cards.
I'm happy with at least just one. I'm happy to consider Renegade Map a land.
Okay.
It's I'm not.
Are we keeping both Implements of Combustion?
I think for the moment, if we look further up at the things we need to remove first, and we'll see where we end up there.
Are we cutting the Sailback?
The Sailback goes and the Ambition goes.
Is it wise to get rid of our ambition this early?
Ambition is take
we need
your
to hold
turn
on
off
to
and
ambition.
do nothing. Oh dear! I just realised what was going. Sorry,
Sam. Look, he's got to contribute. You've got to let him make his contributions.
It's true,
even if they're awful.
It was
valuable. I see how it is.
Okay, I think here. So
after I sacrifice myself, ideally in the Commander game. Sorry, go for it, Dom.
Our card draw is largely lower cost. So Tezzeret's Ambition in this case, we've got as a replacement effect, we've got 2 implements at the moment. We've got a Merchant Dockhand that's repeatable card draw. We've got scrying out of our
We've got the Reunion.
Arctic Reunion. We've got plenty to keep us going for the meantime.
Out of the Reunion or the Puzzle Knot, if we're choosing between them, we're dropping the Reunion, right?
Correct. So I think the Reunion goes now.
Okay.
I don't think it quite makes it. I think Brazen Scourge goes as well.
No. But they're so good.
I like the card, but we're going to have a hard time casting it regularly on turn 3, and we're not that aggressive. So
we want to hit people with Gearseeker Serpents.
Yes, so what we want to be doing is we would have really liked a servo schematic or a Cogworkers puzzle knot, and I only saw one Cogworkers one, and I believe it was when there was something better for us at the time.
There was a servo schematic that we didn't pick up.
Yes, but at that point I don't believe we had many payoffs.
I always think it's a white card because the art is white, even though it's colourless.
Yes,
it's a white looking card that makes 1/1. So my like shortcutting brain just goes, it's a white card.
But also the Cogworkers puzzle knot is exactly the same to begin with. It's just the get rid of it effect that changes.
Yeah. So.
Right. So here we want to be looking at cutting cards. So the next things I think are the Windrakes. I think both of them go.
Okay.
I think they go in certain matchups. I don't think in general.
Because we've got Drakes as well.
Yes, Hinterland Drake, in my opinion, is just a better version of it. And now we're at the point where we can only need to cut 2 cards.
Okay.
So the way I'm going to look at it is...
I mean, are we calling this sideboard?
No, it's main deck.
Okay.
Release the Gremlins is a perfectly good main deck card because at the very least it's 3 mana, destroy an artifact, get a 2/2, and everyone's going to have at least a servo.
Are we casting it more at 3 than we are at 5?
Ideally, I think we're looking to cast it for about 5, sometimes 7.
Yeah, well, sure, but I mean,
you don't cast it very often on one, like for one artifact, but when you do, it's usually a very relevant one. There'll just be times where you need to destroy an artifact, and we didn't get enough other removal to warrant not playing
with our deck. 1 leaving the dust and our 2 ice overs.
Yeah, I think unfortunately those have to stay in. Which is not.
I love big creatures. Do we need both Gearseeker Serpents?
Absolutely.
Cool, because we're so short on endgame.
We've got 5 ways to win the game, essentially.
Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Thopterist, the Inventor, and also crewing our Dreadnought.
Oh, yes, the Dreadnought hiding down here.
Yes, Dreadnought is a win condition in our deck.
Yep.
It's actively a good one. We can...
Sweet.
So it's crew 6, so we're going to need, like... Things we have no 3 power creatures is going to be like sticking 3 things in it.
But you've got to bear in mind we make a lot of servos.
And the Overchase Dragster could obviously crew
it. Yes, the Overchase can crew it on its own. Gearseeker Serpent can crew it with 1 bit of help.
Yeah.
And so if the Gearseeker can't go through profitably, the 7/11 probably can. And the thing we've got to bear in mind is there's quite a good chance in this deck that we're playing the Gearseeker Serpent before we can activate the unblockable ability. I mean, we should be getting that thing down on turn 4 or 5, so it would be pretty sad if we were playing it and playing it for full cost at any point. So I think the next cut. So essentially, we've got 2 cuts to make because we're counting the Renegade map as a land.
Are we cutting a Gear Smasher?
I think it's
all
quite likely.
Yeah. How useful is the Watchful Automaton? Sorry, go for it.
I like the Watchful Automaton. Even though we've got Scry elsewhere.
Because of course draft is much slower, so we will have chance to Scry. Yeah.
It's also there's not many mana sinks in this format whatsoever, so having something to do with it is quite nice.
Yeah,
I don't think the Automaton's particularly good, but I do think a Smasher is one of the cards to go.
Okay.
And then we need essentially 1 more. Ideally, I'd like to try and keep both implements, but I'm trying to see if there's anything.
Yeah, I feel like cutting 1 might be the right way to go.
I'm thinking actually possibly the Puzzle Knot.
Oh, but I like the Puzzle Knot.
Puzzle Knot scries, but the implement actually draws cards.
And how much use can we make of the energy as well?
We've got 4 cards, I think, maybe 5.
5
cards that use the energy. And the Eel.
So not an energy deck.
Moray.
Yeah, we're not a huge energy deck. I mean, it is nice, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's actually quite close. We do want some card draw, so keeping the implement in is not a choice we can go away from.
Yep.
We've got 14 creatures, actually quite a good number for a deck with 3 solid vehicles as well.
Sweet.
I think we're quite an aggressive deck. I mean,
but with 7 drops, an aggressive deck with 7 drops.
If we're casting those for 7, we've done it wrong. That's all it is. Looking at the count, I do think it needs to be a non-creature that we cut.
Yeah. I want to cut and implement Combustion because they've never been. I've never really managed to do good stuff with them, even that having them in my deck. Whereas I've liked the Puzzle Knot.
I think the issue I've got here is that with the Puzzle Knot, we've already got 4 replacement level effects for getting an artifact out. So the Swoopers and the Chaser.
Okay.
I'd say 3 even. I'm not sure it is the Puzzle Knot though. That's what I'm trying to decide.
I mean, is it one of these things where it gets harder?
Is it the implement of examination?
Yeah.
Because that's another... No.
If we get rid of that, the problem we've got there is then we're running really low on card draw.
Yeah.
And because we're a deck that's sort of... It's not so much tempo, but we're just trying to get things out very quickly. We need a way to refuel. So we should be trying to dump our hand fairly quickly, and refueling is quite important. Because in an ideal draw, we should have one of our big threats down on turn 3 or 4.
Yes. Okay.
We can play Maverick Thopterist on turn 3 in a good draw.
Alright, well, we need to decide on something, because time's getting on, even though unlike in
everyone has to go to bed at some point.
Yes.
I actually think there's a good chance it could be an Ice Over. I think we're either on Ice Over, Watchful Automaton, which I don't really want to cut because it is a creature.
Yeah.
Or one of the implements, but I do like having those implements there.
Okay.
Sorry, BRB 1 second, gentlemen. I'll be back shortly. Sorry.
That's fine.
Fine, he wasn't he wasn't contributing much anyway.
I actually like the look of this deck.
Okay.
I do think we're removal light.
It does look very similar to several decks I've tried like before and haven't done well with. So I think I'm going to rely on you, Dom, for the playing of the deck, because I've made things that look kind of like this before and then just haven't really done well at all. So I think the playing of the deck is going to be... So what balance of... I mean, how many mountains are we even having? Because it's mostly blue with double blue costs.
Yeah, so if we sort by colour first, I know we've only got 4 cards there, but it's comparing the 4 to the colours. So if we move the 2 implements of combustion over into red, and then move the merchant's dockhand over into blue, leave the Puzzle Knot there because it's quite a lot less often that we activate the Puzzle Knot than we activate the implements. So I'd say on this, because we do want to be able to try and get Aether Chaser down quite early, but we only need 15 lands. So I'd probably say 6 mountains and 9.
Because we do have the map.
Yes. So the map's counting as a basically a dual land for us. But we so if we add basic lands, so we just need 5 more mountains.
Add basic lands. There you are.
Yeah, and see what the format says.
Yep.
Why on earth has it stopped at?
I don't know.
9 was right. Yeah.
We've already got the 2 there.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, of course we got 2, so we need 1 more. Yes. So I think that to me.
I can count.
Whoa.
Things fine.
Yeah, 15 lands. Again, this deck, it looks like we've got a really heavy mana curve, but we actually don't. So a lot of things like the Maverick Thopterist. So the turn that comes down, instantly makes our Gearseeker Serpents cost less.
Yeah.
So our threats actually make our other threats better. So I do think the best ways we've got of winning are going to be the Bastion Inventor and the Gearseeker Serpents. But other than that, it's going to be card advantage and tempo. So ideally we're not going to be taking a turn off for the Merchant's Dockhand, but when we do, we should be able to basically look at 3 or 4 cards and then just pick the best one from it for what we need.
Right, well... Where's Sam gone? Where is he?
I'm still here. I didn't want to drop the flow.
You did come back to us. Well...
Yes.
So this is what we're proposing. Sam, do we have your approval to move forward in the process?
Yes. So presumably, just very briefly over the lands, we do that by counting the mana symbols or making.
So what I've done is just had a look at how many cards we've got in each colour, but also how important it is to get early.
Yeah.
So even though we've only got 1 Aether Chaser, it's a really good card to get down on turn 2, which is quite important. So,
and we've got the Renegade map.
If it wasn't something that was so sort of important to get that down early, I'd probably be playing one less mountain at least.
Yeah,
but I think it's just because we don't want to be missing a beat. We are very heavily in the tempo side of things, and the only time we're going to need double of a colour in our entire deck is double blue for the Gearseeker Serpents, which are the biggest drops in our deck.
And I'm reading that correctly. The resolution is small. We've got 15 lands and
yes.
So
we've got 15 lands and a Renegade map.
So we are aggro-ish, or tempo, would you say, is a better way of describing us?
I'd say tempo is a good way of putting it, just because what we want to do is just get bigger things out quicker than they can cope with them. I mean, Gearseeker Serpents are our best win condition, but they're also a very good win condition.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
I think the deck actually looks really good. I mean, I'm pretty happy.
So I'd be happy to play this deck. This looks cool.
Save deck.
Yeah. And luckily it was the one archetype we managed to discuss prior to going into the format.
Yeah. Because I've done it before and not done very well with it. So this is this is a chance to redeem ourselves. How many rounds is this?
There'll be 3 rounds, but you can play them at your leisure. Should you need
leisure. Right. Well, we'll see how we do after the first one.
Yes. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the Magic Online format? Sort of the way the actual play style works?
Yeah, ish. I mean, I've been doing some practice on the beginners lobbies because they've changed it from the F keys to the number keys. Interestingly,
they have. Yeah, I've never used those, to be quite honest. I've just I've right clicked when I need to.
Shall we have a game then?
I believe we shall.
Let's have a go. Okay,
I feel like
opponent in stage 1.
I feel we're in a pretty good spot, to be honest. I'm feeling good. I wish we had a welding sparks.
Yeah. We just did not see a single one.
Remember what that does again?
A welding sparks is a 3-mana instant. It deals X damage to target creature, where X is 3 plus the number of artifacts.
Oh yeah. That would be pretty scary in our deck. It has to be said. Well, this
hand is definitely a keep.
Despite no red sources.
So we've got the Renegade. We've got the Renegade map.
So Renegade map goes down on turn 1. Aether Theorist goes down on turn 2. Automaton goes down on turn 3. But I think we should be in our upkeep on turn 2 if we haven't drawn a land, scrying into a land rather than cracking the Renegade map.
Okay. Right. So we keep.
We're keeping this.
Sweet.
I think this is a good hand. Because ideally we want to crack the Renegade map so we can play the Gearseeker Serpent earlier. So here we're playing the map.
Yeah, if the game, because I'm recording, the game is just being very slow.
So don't click. There we go.
It's just a click rather than a
drag and move. Yes.
Yeah, and then we
I pressed 8 so that it'll all just auto pass us when there's nothing to do.
So So here we're playing the Aether Theorist.
Cool.
So you skipped through your first main phase there.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Yeah. It's I'm just so unused to Magic Online, just having so little indication of whose turn it is.
So it's on the bottom. It says on the left whose turn it is.
Yeah, I know. It's just like in a good program, it would have like a really good. You could just see at a glance rather than having to read something.
Before we get anywhere, if you right click on upkeep.
Right click on upkeep.
Yeah, and just put stop on my turn.
Okay. Yep. Stop.
So just click on the little line.
There we go.
There we go. That's it. So just to continue now, I tend not to use F6 just for the risk of going through it. So they're obviously going to attack into us here, and we're not going to block because they're going to be paying the energy.
Ah, yes.
There is no choice there whatsoever. Red-green is automatically an aggressive deck, so we need to be thinking about that as soon as sideboarding comes around.
Cool.
Ideally we would have had a swooper or an ether chaser here, but that's not much we can do about that. And oh wow, that was his whole turn. Excellent. So upkeep, what you want to do, we've stopped here, so you want to scry now with our Aether Theorist. It does allow us one less blocker, but he's not playing anything new.
So
scry that to the top.
Put on
that is exactly what we wanted.
See.
So then we click OK to get through the upkeep step into the draw.
And then we go to the draw step, straight into main phase, play the mountain, and we're going straight for the Watchful Automaton here.
Very watchful.
We're going to play that on our second main. I know what the same point is. That doesn't make too much difference.
difference here for us.
Yeah.
And
So what we'll do-
I'm not confident enough at Magic Online to not accidentally skip my second main phase,
Yeah.
so I'm going to be a bit more conservative in my lines.
Fine. What I'd suggest doing here is just cancelling your upkeep stop. And also, if you notice, our opponent has they missed their land drop last turn.
Well, that's
So
good.
it is in a good spot for us.
They missed another land drop. Looks like they might have. Yeah.
In step, so we're not going to do anything in our upkeep this time, so we go straight to draw.
Ooh,
Cool.
okay, so
we are
we
happy
haven't
to-
drawn a land. We could play that if it was 5, but it's 7. They've got no artifacts for us to kill. Are we just playing the freighter, or are we playing the implement?
I think we're playing the freighter. They're stumbling. We want to not be stumbling. We want to be
and
flying through as quick as we
Are
can.
we attacking into them with the Watchful Automaton to see if they trade, or no? We just want to keep our artifact alive.
If we keep this alive for an extra turn, if next time we draw a land, we can play the Gearseeker Serpent and crew the Renegade Freighter and attack.
Yes.
Oh.
Or we could crew the Renegade with the other two, and then we've got a 5/6 to block. So just play the Freighter. Don't forget it. If you misclicked and hit the implement, it's not as good, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So here what we're going to do is, in our opponent's end step, we're going to scry trying to hit a land.
It's, Magic Online is such a resources hog that I think we're recording at about like 5 to 10 frames a second. I mean, which is
Thankfully it's turn-based.
it's just fine as long as there's not much movement and everyone can still see what's happening. But yeah.
So now he's gone to end step again. He's missed another land. So scry with your Aether Theorist now. Don't click OK. Other one.
Cancel.
Not the one we have to pay for.
Pay.
That
You
one.
cannot pay.
I want a land on top.
So we don't want that.
Aether Chaser, I think... Yeah, we bottom that. We just want to find a land, so... What we can do is just untap. If we don't draw one, it's not a big deal. We're still in a very
Hey!
good
Land, hooray.
Right,
Good
so we
stuff.
play the land. And now our Gearseeker Serpent only costs 4 mana.
Ooh.
So
if we play...
Are we playing the Gearseeker Serpent then attacking with the Freighter?
Play Gearseeker first, because if something happens to the Freighter, we can't play it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we still want to keep Seeker as the one back that can block. And Freighter, is it Crew 2? Can't remember.
Crew 2, yeah.
Yes. So crew that with the Watchful Automaton.
Crew with
And
that.
hope they don't have a precise strike. Yeah, and then go to combat. And we're going to take a quarter of their life total.
Hooray.
Go.
If they've got High Spire Infusion, they trade. High Spire Infusion is the best here. Precise Strike is the only thing that actually gives them a sort of a really good trade here.
Yeah. And presumably though it's still ahead because of lands and all the rest like that. It's
Not
looking
only
pretty
that, we've
positive
got
for
a
us.
5/6.
Yeah. Yeah.
And next turn, what I imagine we're probably going to end up doing is, let's have a look. So if next turn we swing, if they don't play anything, if we swing with the Renegade Freighter, oh, they were missing a colour. Yeah, if we attack with the Renegade Freighter and the Gearseeker Serpent next turn, and they don't block, then what we do is we leave in the dust in their end step, so they can't actually do anything about it in the future. Right, that's absolutely fine. We're not scared about that in the slightest. And what we do is we do exactly the same, because if they double block something, we can leave in the dust something and it just gets eaten. So, that's okay. What you can do there next time is just scry again
Sorry.
with the Aether Theorist. No, don't worry.
Because I thought it was only 2 energy, but we had 1 energy
get
left.
3.
Yeah.
So what
What's
to
the
do
daisy?
here? Same as last time with the Renegade Freighter. Crew it with the Automaton. Even though we could crew it with something else, we just want to keep the mana open for now.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, so if we attack with both of those, if they double block either of them, which is quite likely that they double block the Freighter,
Yes.
then we can leave in the dust. What I'd suggest is probably the grubs, and that way we kill the Rhino, which is more threatening.
Yes.
Yep.
So I imagine that's going to be what's happening. Yep. So now we leave in the dust the grubs.
I mean,
It doesn't matter what order
yeah.
we put them in whatsoever here.
So leave in the dust
leave
the
dust.
grubs.
Yeah, the 2-drop. It's the easier one for them to replay, but we want to just kill the Rhino. And it also has trample now, so we get through for a 3 damage still as well.
Da-da-da-da.
And I don't see any benefit whatsoever to cracking the map yet.
Okay.
So we might as well keep it here for improvise, and then just in their next end step, just make sure you Scry with the Aether Theorist.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Right.
There we go.
Next
Begin
time,
sideboarding.
me
They
or
stumbled a bit.
yeah. Next time me or Tom is drafting, can we just borrow you in an earpiece, please? Because that would be incredible.
I think our win rate would go up quite dramatically.
Significantly.
Yes. So what did we even see? We saw grubs and a rhino and a lack of lands.
Yes,
Energy.
3 colour. What were they?
Naya.
Yeah, that's right. So
But we
we
saw
might
energy.
struggle with that.
So
Yeah.
the thing to worry about with energy is usually a very aggressive colour combination in red-green. And seeing as we saw a 2-drop and a 3-drop in red and green, I imagine that's their base colours. So against aggression, what we want to bring in is our second ice over.
Yeah, more removal in inverted commas.
It's not even so much that it's removed, it just slows them down. And
Yeah.
that's what we're worried about. In order to take something out, we would have need to see what they actually played.
Yeah.
So I think probably...
Maybe implement a combustion because like
I was gonna say,
pinging them for 1 if they're attacking us is not going
I
to do so
actually
much.
think the card we cut for this matchup is the Puzzle Knot.
Okay.
Because the Implement of Combustion gets us there a bit earlier, so it's an extra artifact on turn 1, but also it's got a bit of reach, which it might come down to a bit of a race with these decks.
Yeah.
The Puzzle Knot is, out of everything we've got here in this matchup, it's our most do-nothing card.
Fair enough.
It's
Because
very
not
powerful.
Sorry, you first.
Yeah, it's very powerful in longer games, but these are not going to be long games. We need to be making good use of our mana at every turn, and as much as possible developing the board state.
Yeah. So if it goes well for them, we should expect a race.
I think it's likely they're going to be racing, so that's why we want the ice over, so we can slow them down, and then we can start swinging back. So ice over is a nice cheap way of stopping them doing it.
So let's submit the deck
Yeah.
Cool.
and go again.
Don't think there's much. We didn't see any artifacts, so we're still keeping in... Oh, this hand's great.
So we got the implements, we got ice over, a gear seeker, and
We're
another ice
taking a
over.
bunch of damage here. That's the thing. We are going to take a bunch of damage, but keep this one.
Yeah.
But the 2 ice overs are going to be what we need to slow them down.
Yeah.
Gear Seeker is... It's not going to be a... Oh, they've mulliganed to 6 already. That's a good start.
Yep.
But yeah, I think if they are as aggressive as I expect them to be, ice over is just the best thing we need, and we're on the draw, so keeping a slightly slower hand. See, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, implement here is the right card.
Is it sort of reasonably easy to implement Dom's instructions with the frame rate and all the rest of it?
So
And we
here what
just
we're gonna do-
icing it. We just ice those grubs.
I actually
Oh,
quite
baby.
like waiting until they've attacked.
Okay. So
So-
we're like, oh, we got nothing. We got nothing.
Yeah, we just passed the turn.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to spend the energy on it, which is a good thing because we know they've got other energy creatures.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if they spend the energy on it, we take 1 extra damage.
And it
But
doesn't
also-
make it any quicker that they don't get to attack us with, because
Yeah.
they still get to attack with it once anyway.
And also, the thing is, if we do ice it over when it's still untapped, they can just sit there and block forever. This way it becomes completely useless.
Yes.
So we're still going to get a Rhino coming at us here, I imagine. Oh wow, they've just missed their turn. Okay.
Right.
Yep, and
So
so-
I'm not. Am I sacking this or?
No, leave that for now. We do still want to try and keep it if we can do, because it is relevant for the Gear
So
Seekers.
I'm not
and for
doing.
the
I'm not doing
Ethopterus.
anything in the end step.
We're happy here.
Cool.
Just double checking. All
Yeah,
right.
that's fine. So here, I would ice over using the double island.
Cool.
So just leave up the implement if it looks like we might need to panic do something.
Yeah.
I mean, if they play something that's absolutely goddamn terrifying, we need to be able to dig deeper.
Yeah.
Cool.
But at this rate, they did nothing on turn 3, so their turn 4 is probably going to be something good.
And we get Leave in the Dust.
We've got Leave in the Dust, but also next turn we've got Maverick Thopterist. So we can start getting our actual game plan going, because if you play Maverick Thopterist and that survives,
Oh,
a leopard, that's fine. I'm not bothered by a leopard.
Cool.
So that's going to attack us for 4. We're going to do exactly the same as we did before, and just ice it over. Okay, so yeah, we can just go to the next turn. So here, we are 100% just playing Maverick Thopterist,
Okie dokie.
because this card just develops the board out so much, and versus an aggro deck, we've now got... You need to tap your implement. Versus an aggro deck, we've now got 3 blockers.
Nice.
Which, I mean, the 2/3 does have trample, but that's getting iced over. And in fact...
Right, it really is the icing on the cake, isn't it?
Oh dear.
So do they attack us here or not? I mean,
They
if they
do
attack
attack
us, have they got a combat trick?
If they attack us, we take it and sit over again.
Oh, they're nature's way.
So there we go. So they're going to attack. We don't ice it over this time then.
Because it's vigilant, yeah.
We'll just take it.
Yep, just take it. And they also didn't use the energy either.
So they're saving up for something.
Yep. So now what we can do? Right, this is a fun turn.
Yeah.
So play the renegade map. Oh no, yeah. So play the renegade map.
With the blue.
Blue. And now, because the renegade map is essentially mana neutral, we still play the Gearseeker Serpent.
Nice.
We've got 3 mana and we're playing a 5/6.
Wow.
It's kind of bazonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that basically was Convoke for Artifact, but it's a lot better.
Yeah, so attack with the Thopters here.
Okay.
Yep.
We're going to start going back at him. We don't care about his
What?
leopard.
Why is it pointing downwards? What the?
'Cause I don't know, but they are attacking.
Magic the Gathering Online. It looks like they're attacking the implement of combustion. And I'm like, what? Why would you do that?
To make sure that gets out of the way.
Why would you do that, Thopters? You've gone mad.
So here, I don't know what they can do to come through it, but they might have removal. This is okay. If they make it bigger, which I imagine they do, yeah, they do.
Did, yeah.
That's fine.
So, what are we up to?
I think here we're probably going on the. Let's have a look. So that can't be blocked by anything small.
Yeah.
I think
and it
here.
just bounces off the Gearseeker until their inevitable combat trick.
Yeah, I'm tempted here to actually attack with the Gearseeker, and if they double block, leave in the dust again to bounce the Edgecrafters, and if they don't double block, play our 2/2 drops, and that way we can then block the Leopard profitably, and then on the following turn we can just tap down the Edgecrafters forever.
So, are we attacking with the Thopters as well?
Yes, I'll say attack with everything.
Okay.
So if they don't block, at the very least it's 7 damage through.
Yeah. This is
And
the
if they
point in
do-
the game at which my brain usually gives up, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do.
Well, if you look at all the different lines, so everything they can do, the best they can do is attack back for 9, which is terrifying for us. But we can block all of the damage from the Leopard, and they can only hit us for 5, and we kill the Leopard. But if they double block here, that's good for us, because we bounce the Edgecrafters, that takes their whole turn back up again, and we get to kill the Leopard. So they've not blocked, so that's
Okay.
absolutely fine.
Because they want to hit us for huge amounts of damage. So we're playing the
Yes.
Chaser and the Theorist?
Yeah, just make sure you get your mana right. Chaser first.
Yep.
And we still don't need to crack the map.
Okay.
Or pop. In fact, I've changed my mind. I think we should crack the map for a mountain
Okay.
and play that so that we can pop the implement if we need to. And that way we're still hitting our land drops. We've still got an extra card draw. So if we play the mountain, because we haven't played a land this turn,
Yep.
but play the Theorist using the 2 blue. Yeah.
Boop.
And it might make a shock as well, which makes even a little bit more careful attacking with the Leopard.
Yeah.
Because if we've got a first striker and shock available,
Yes.
then that's a little bit scary.
I mean, it is the great god Om, so they may see through our bluff.
It is true, they may do. I think this is sort of the big turn here as to what happens. We're probably getting hit for 5 no matter what, but I don't think that's an issue. As long as they don't have the Dawn Feather Regal, we're okay. Okay, yep. Just let this go. Right, that's fine. So we're going to double block the Leopard, and they probably have a pump spell to kill our dudes, but we don't really care at this point. You're in the attacker step, not yet.
Yeah. I thought I'd pass
If
through
they've-
that. There we go.
If they've got a pump spell that they're willing to trade for our 2, at this point, mediocre 2 drops, then that's fine. Or if they're just willing to trade 2 for 1, we're also
Do we get
happy.
to... we can't scry with it because it's got
No,
some
he's-
sickness.
Still something sick.
First strike.
That's fine. Yeah, we're the ones with first strike, so that's
Yeah.
no problem. And if they haven't got play, what's their play? Aether Herder. That card is not something we're scared of.
Cool.
Good. So they get 2 energy.
Okay. Yeah, and in the end step we do want to crack our implement here. Because we just want to get more card draw. Target player, so opponent. Please do not ping ourselves. I beg of you. Even Atlantea's fine. Yeah, Atlantea's actually good.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oval Chase.
interesting.
So
here we could actually, let me have a look. So they can block, they can potentially block 5 damage. So that would leave them taking 8. Okay, I think we've got a change of plan here.
But if we don't kill them, are we just going to die?
Well, if we look at what's coming on the back step, we've got 3 at the moment because we can still tap down the Elegant Edgecrafters.
So are we going to do that after
So
combat?
Yes, so what we do is play the Overchase Dragster first.
Yep.
Yep.
Hello.
It's usually better to leave up both colours of mana if you can as well, just to represent more tricks that they have to then think about.
Ah, sorry, yes.
That's right, so crew it with a Thopter.
Boop. Boop.
So their chances are they're blocking something here. And they can't really realistically afford to leave it and then trade it with the servo next time, because they'll have taken too much damage.
So are we just attacking with all 3?
We're attacking with everything.
Oh my.
We're not in any risk here whatsoever. I mean, there are a few things that
Pump
kill us,
spells?
but not many. But there'd had to be a lot of pump spells.
Mm.
My best I can think of is the Trample Giant, which is hard to cast at this point anyway. And then something like... they've only got 1 card in hand.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say 1 card in hand. I mean, draw 1. Be lucky to get.
He absolutely has to block here. And so it's... yeah. So he's going to take...
Lots.
9, go to 1.
That's pretty good.
So any Thopter is lethal now.
So we're assigning 3 damage and then...
Yep. And then we need to leave... not to ice over the Elegant Edgecrafters. And then, worst case scenario next turn, we've got 2 Thopters, are both lethal, and we've got a Gear Seeker Serpent that we can make unblockable.
So what do you got? What have you got?
We've also got Leave in the Dust if he just plays,
Yeah.
3 blockers. We just bounce.
3 blockers with his 2 cards. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
It's possible. We did it. And as you may have been able to tell, in this matchup, Ice Over was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, as it turned out. Just like you said, Papa Dom, Sensei Dom.
Yeah. Thriving Grubs and Aether Stream Leopard give you a clue as to how aggressive the deck's going to be.
Yeah.
The Rhino is still an aggressive card, even though it's only a 2-3, because it attacks as a 3-4, which is just terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be big.
It's not a Wrath, so don't care. Oh, wow, it is.
It is
pretty
kind of
good.
a Wrath.
Yep, so that's a GG.
Still got them dead on board.
Yep. We just attack now.
Yep.
And if they've got anything to untap their dudes, which exists in other formats, not as far as I'm aware this one, and we can ruin it.
Yep.
GG.
Nice.
Well played, Thomas.
Well, yeah, with you puppeteering my every move, sure. Good stuff. And I was, to be fair to me, clicking on stuff when everything's running at about 5 frames a second is challenging.
Yes.
You had to have a lot of reaction time to make sure you didn't time out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, let's pause the recording there, and I'm going to check what this horrible 5 frames a second recording looks like. BRB.